guys competed. We started every quarter in a deficit, which is troubling and kind of been a point of concern for us the last couple of games, but our guys competed. It's just the education to a young team of how to come out and start the game with a sense of urgency. The margin of error that we talked about, we have 0, and we can't put ourselves in a deficit, but I thought our guys really did a great job of fighting. The fans got into the game and gave us some support just to make a run and get back in the game where it really was kind of getting away from us. And even then we had a bunch of opportunities to get some steals, to cut it from 7 to 5, and just didn't get the 50-50 ball, but no lack of effort by our guys, and I'm proud of them for that.
Coach, you guys outscored 2 out of the 4 quarters. What was the main difference between that third and fourth quarter from your vantage point?
The third quarter, I just thought we had no answer for Giannis. He just started putting his head down. We didn't have the gaps closed defensively, and he was getting in the paint and getting to the foul line. We just didn't have an answer for him, and he played with a little sense of urgency, and he was putting his head down, getting to the rim. And so that was the troubling part. I thought the fourth quarter, defensively, our effort to get back, and offensively, we settled. A bunch of shots that we took to start the fourth quarter that we know they're going to collapse. They keep their 5 men all the way down at the rim. Some opportunities to get in the paint, try and move their defense, get some threes. So just some of the things. I thought the first half, from an offensive standpoint, was probably our best half of the year. A lot of execution. I think we only had 6 turnovers, but to see Cam and to see DeAndre Hunter really were involved in that first half, and we were executing our offense, moving from side to side and just getting rhythm looks. That was really the reason why we were up in the first half. I just saw our effort defensively to start the quarters. Every quarter really was troubling.
Coach, can you speak on the bench? The bench came in and played well. It seemed like they kept bringing the team back.
Yeah, I just thought, our effort, once we got off to the slow starts, Vince was instrumental in that, and I've said it all along. Vince isn't a defensive specialist. One thing that Vince does is he talks and he communicates, and that's leadership, and that's why we missed him on the road trip, and that's why we were thankful to have him here. He settles our guys. Our guys, are still learning. A lot of guys are still learning where to be and how to communicate with one another, and he just comes in and he gives us a voice, and we need that voice. Dre Bembry will never show up on the stat sheet in terms of impact, but he's a guy that's always flying around and can settle us in different ways. But it's the starters, and they know it. How do we start better is going to be the biggest question we have moving forward.
Coach, what was your message to the team when it seemed like they were visibly frustrated with the refs tonight?
It's fighting. I thought our guys competed. I thought our guys fought. They're trying to be aggressive and make the right plays, and when that whistle doesn't go your way, it is frustrating. It was frustrating for me. It's kind of why I got a tech. But I said all along, we still have to compete. It's one play, you move on, and we still have to compete. And so that's me as well, and it's the players. And I thought our guys did that. We were down. That was a big hole when both Trey and I got the tech. We were down big, but they kept fighting, and they actually turned it up even more. Just with the effort and pressing and trying to get the ball out of the hands and create some turnovers.
Questions?
Good.
So DeAndre Hunter had his career high, I've noticed, and also Cam Reddish looked really good. What could you say? Were you impressed with the way the rookies looked after their first big road trip?
Yeah, you never know when those moments will come. Obviously, we were on the road against a couple good teams, and you see some big moments, and you see some key performances from some other guys. And Cam was a guy I talked about. He was in the gym last night for 2 hours with Coach Hunt. He was in the gym this morning, spending some extra time with a lot of different coaches. And so you learn. There's some special players in our league, and he got to experience playing against them. Part of the growth is just seeing it and then realizing he's got a lot of work to do. And I applaud him for getting in the gym last night and putting in work. And you see Cam come out and have his best performance of the year. And Dre, I thought on the road trip he played well, and he missed a lot of shots that were similar to tonight. In rhythm, on balance, that didn't go his way. And so the basketball gods always balance you out a little bit. And I think tonight was a result of that.
Coach, you went on a late run in the fourth quarter, but you weren't able to get over the hump. What do you think is missing from the offense or defense? in terms of being
Just
able
our
to?
starts. Yeah, I mean, we just start slow, and you know, our defensive urgency is the key point for us moving forward. We have to have that type of urgency. We're not going to press for 48 minutes. We're down 20 points and we're pressing and we created some turnover. You can't sustain that. And so we've got to be solid. We've got to be disciplined with our defense. We have to have the urgency to start games. But that's the biggest thing. If we can do that, our offense is fine. We scored 127 points. A lot of it was at the free throw line and with the turnovers, but we'll be able to score if we can settle. If we're taking the ball out of the basket all the time, it's definitely tough if we got to go against a set defense all the time.
Damian Jones was very active tonight. Do you have a sense of, or do you sense that he's getting more comfortable with the team?
I think so. You know, I think he and Trey have a little bit of a relationship brewing in the pick and roll. You know, you see him getting lobs and drop offs when Trey's attacking downhill, and he finished a couple at the rim tonight. We desperately need that the way teams are playing. Trey just having someone that can finish around the basket. You know, for us, we have to help him defensively. He's got to become more of a rim protector, shot blocker. He definitely has to get on the boards. He had 8 tonight, but we need 12. We need 13. You know, and that's going to be the challenge. Is if he can rebound and we can rebound better, you know, it allows us to get out and run, and it allows us to score before the defense can get set. So, you know, that's again his growth. You know, he's played less games than Trey, and he's still 4 years in the league. So, you know, we're slowly trying to get him acclimated and get him more minutes and get him more game experience, and I think he'll figure more things out with each game.
You mentioned not having an answer for Giannis in the third. When he's got his head down going to the basket possession after possession, what can you try to do to limit him?
Hope that Jabari can get fouls on him. You know, I don't think anyone has an answer for him. He's a reigning MVP. He's a load. You know, he gets to the free throw line 13 times. The biggest thing is if you don't show him a crowd early, you're in trouble. He goes right through you. He goes over you. He's got the stride to slide through, and so you have to have 2 or 3 guys in front of him, and he needs to see that, and you have to make him think there's no driving gaps. If he thinks there's a gap, he's gone, and there's not much anyone can do with his strides and his length and his athleticism. So we were just late. We didn't have that urgency to get back and protect and make him reverse the basketball. I thought that's what we did a great job in the first half of just showing him a crowd and showing Bledsoe a crowd and making them reverse the basketball and take contested late shots.